Hi, Verbling. My name's Michaela. I'm from Phoenix, Arizona. And today we're talking about physical appearances and how we judge people by them. We'll be looking at some pictures, having some discussion, and of course, reading a little bit and talking about vocabulary words. If you guys have any questions on this class or would like to suggest a topic for future classes, you can let me know on my Facebook, and I'll put my Facebook name in the chat box for you over there. Friend me just to say hi. I'll also send you guys the notes in the chat box. You can open them up and load them. If you guys are looking for more one-on-one help, you're also welcome to check out my tutoring session. You can try out a half an hour for, I think, $6. And that's a good way to test out if we're a good match. It's a new feature, so be some of the first students to try that out. And you can check my free available, or not free, but available hours on my schedule, on my profile. So I'm going to screen share the notes and we'll get started. Oops. We're going to look at some pictures to start with and discuss our opinions. Here we are. So here we have 4 pictures, 2 women and 2 men. And we're going to discuss what we think of these 4 people. Claudio, welcome to class.
Hi, Teach. How are you?
I'm doing really well. How are you, Claudio?
I'm very fine, like this guy.
So, it's Friday. Do you have any plans for this weekend?
Really, no. No, for the moment, nothing.
Awesome. Relaxing time.
Yeah, no relaxing because I will go to work.
Ah, too bad. Why do you work on the weekends?
Because I work in the mall, so the mall is open every day.
Yep, bummer. Well, good luck. And hopefully
Thank
you'll
you.
get to relax. You'll have a little fun in class today before you have to go start your working weekend.
Yeah.
All right, so the first thing we're going to discuss is these pictures. And I want to know if you have to rate these people from most attractive to least attractive, how would you rate them? Who do you think of these 4 people? Who is the most attractive? And who is the least attractive?
The first, I think, is very fit.
The fit guy, you think he's number 1?
Yes. Yeah. He is very strong.
Uh-huh, definitely.
And he is in fit. And
Yeah.
the second, I think, is normal people, normal woman.
Is that the woman on the bottom? The woman with the red dot on her head?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
I think he's a normal woman. And the last both image, there are 2 people who have a lot of no, only one have a lot of tattoo, and the other one have beautiful hair. And
So you think those 2 are the least attractive?
in my opinion, don't like that girl, but it's just only my opinion.
Totally acceptable. All right, thanks for giving us your opinion, Claudio.
Thank you.
And Alex, welcome to class.
Hi, hello, how are you?
Good, how are you, Alex?
I'm fine, thank you.
Well, I hope you're getting ready for a lovely weekend. And tell us what you think about these four pictures. Who is the most attractive and who is the least attractive?
Mm, the least attractive. Well, the strong man I don't like very much.
So is he the least attractive?
For me, yes.
Why do you think that?
Mm, because he look like uh, when I see him, I think in a it's not interesting. When I see him, I feel like he's not interesting. He's only worried about his body, his health. So maybe he's not very intelligent, but maybe yes. It's a subjective perception of mine. But
Very good
if I
point.
have to choose, I the least attractive is this man.
Okay, and who is the most attractive then?
The most attractive, um, well, I like the girls, but well, the girl with the red point in her front, she has like an interest. I see her like interesting with from another culture.
Mm-hmm.
She possibly can teach a lot of things or
Mm-hmm.
share a lot of things. But if we speak about attractiveness, it's
Mm-hmm.
about okay. Well, the male and female of the top are more attractive than the persons at the bottom for me.
All right.
Yeah.
So why do you find the top two more attractive than the bottom two?
Mm, 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 mm. Well, my first impression is that these two people are has critical minds and possibly they have individual personality more developed
Mm-hmm.
that the normal people, and maybe they have different point of views about the social reality. They may have different lifestyles than the rest.
All right. So it's
Mm,
philosophical. You think they'd be like cooler, more interesting people.
yes, but maybe not. Maybe not.
Yeah,
But
hard to
my first
tell.
impression. My first impression.
All right. Well, thanks for giving us your thoughts.
Thank you.
Rodrigo, welcome to class and tell us what you think of these four people. Who is the most attractive and who is the least attractive?
Okay, hi teacher. Um, for me, the most attractive is the girl of the top left.
All right. So let's see. Now we can get them both in. So the top left is the most attractive, you said?
Yeah,
And
um,
why do you think that?
because his hair
Her
is,
hair?
yeah, is so cool for me. She looks attractive, I think.
All right. And who's the least attractive?
Um, I think the man,
Which one?
uh, the the bottom, he's in the bottom.
Uh-huh.
Because I think he's a person that only views his body, and I don't know. It's a first impression for me.
Mm-hmm.
His body, uh, that I don't know.
All right. Thanks for sharing your thoughts with us, Rodrigo.
Thank
And Elena, welcome to class.
Hi.
Good to have you with us, Elena. Tell us, who do you think is the most attractive of these four people, and who's the least attractive?
Mm, I haven't heard all of what Alex have said, but I I have said Rodrigo, and I agree with him. The most attractive is no doubt the girl in the first row. She looks really nice, a bit strange. Her hair is a bit strange, but is nice. Yes, I don't think I would have my hair in that way, but I like it. And the less attractive, no doubt, is the man of the second row. It is perhaps he's a very nice person. I don't know, but I don't like him. Yeah, he seems disgusting to me. His
Wow, all right.
physics, yeah, his physics. I don't like him at all.
All right.
And the other two, I don't know. The first man seems too strange to me, but perhaps I could have some interest in knowing him. And the first for the same more or less for the second woman. Well, mm, she looks nice and interesting, but no so trendy as the first one, of course.
All right. Well, thank you for sharing your thoughts. So now that we've all kind of numbered them, I heard some of you guys say the same things and some opposite things. Let's talk a little more about why a person would want to change their appearance or alter their appearance. So each of these people has one sort of extreme thing. The first woman has an unusual haircut. The second guy has unusual tattoos. The woman in the bottom row has a different kind of exotic look as well that's very cultural. And the very last guy has an extreme body, like he works out a lot, maybe even takes steroids. So why do you think these people have chosen to change the way they look in this particular way? Claudio, give us your thoughts. Why do you think some people choose to make these big changes?
I think the first picture in the bottom, because he is your lifestyle. So yeah, I think I think I like it. So really, I don't know, but I think they have a motive for do that change.
Mm-hmm.
So
What's an example that you can think of, like a motive someone would want to cut their hair off or tattoo their face or work out until they look like the guy on the bottom? Why?
Maybe the first one with the beautiful hair. She want to be a rebel, maybe.
Okay.
And,
rebelling against
rebelling,
stuff.
yes. And the second, I think, him like the just like the tattoo and and the art. And the third picture, I think she is intelligent woman, but well, for the moment, don't give me nothing of interesting. And
All right.
And the fourth picture, he is planning only to become more biggest. So.
All right.
So.
Thanks for your reasoning, Claudio. And Chris, welcome to class.
Hello.
Good to have you with us, Chris. We're talking about these 4 pictures and who is the most and least attractive, and also why people would choose to change their physical appearance in these extreme ways. Can you give us your opinions on these people and why they change their appearance, and maybe who you think is the most attractive here?
Okay. So I think the why is the girl on the top left. I think this is a political statement. She looks like she's a punk girl, so she's fighting the establishment. I could imagine the girl in the left down corner. I think this is a religion situation. So she's doing it because of her culture or religious related. And I think the guys only want to be different or wanna be, yeah. I don't really know how to explain it, but they just want to be. They don't want to be normal. Let's say it this way. Maybe the top right guy want to be frighten other people. He wants to be, yeah, a lot of attention, and the down right guy maybe just want to have the same. Yeah. And the most attractive, I think, as I'm not interested into guys, the 2 guys I can cross them out already. And based on the 2 girls, I would say I don't have any preferences.
All right. So, not a very attractive bunch, huh? All right. Thanks,
no comment.
Chris. Yeah. Okay. Alex, tell us why you think these people chose to change their appearances.
I think these people haven't decided to change. I think when people look like different, or look like different, no, however you look, it's related with your ideas, with your feelings, with yes, ideas, symbols, feelings, beliefs that are very attached to you, and especially when you are younger, you like to express yourself by your outfit. It's an example, but you express these things by your words, your lifestyle, your thinking, the way you interact with people, your habits, and the outfit. It's one of the means you can use to express yourself. So that's my point.
All right, so these people are trying to express their unique personalities with these extreme changes.
Well, sometimes you are not aware that you are expressing, or you want to express something, maybe you do it uh, without knowing you are doing it. And sometimes you are doing very aware of it. For example, the girl of the top, maybe she's wearing that hair and that those clothes, um, like a symbol of rebellion. How do you?
Religion? Sure.
No, religion, no, rebellion. The girl
Oh,
at the top,
rebellion, yes.
the rebellion. So she wants to express by his appearance the way she think, and probably the way she thinks it's very different to the mainstream, to the establishment. So it's a way to express herself.
Good point.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Alex. Rodrigo, you're up next. Explain to us why you think these people have chosen to make extreme changes to their physical appearance.
Okay. I think that people change his appearance. Maybe some people change his appearance because problem within his family, and maybe they maybe he wants to look different to other people. The girl of the bottom for me looks like religious.
Like who?
Religion
Oh,
looks.
religious.
Yeah. It's for example, the girl in the top looks like he's I don't know, has a group of band rock. But
All right. Cool. Yeah, there's lots of different motivations, and you gave us a good few of them. And last but not least is Elena. Lovely Elena, tell us why you think these people choose to change their physical appearance in such a way.
I think it has a symbolic significance. But I think we all do the same when we choose our clothes or our garments. Um, we want to express something. We want to express the kind of people we are. So in those cases, they are expressing themselves with their appearance in an extreme way, of course. Perhaps they have a strong personality, or perhaps it's the opposite. Perhaps they have joined some kind of group where everybody is dressing or tattooing in that way, or building his body in that way. So it can be both, but it always has a symbolical meaning. It's a way to express yourself, and I think we all do that. Always.
Wow, very deep point. So everyone does these kinds of things to stand out or to fit in, depending on the time and situation. All right. I like that idea. So we're going to move on. Any last comments or thoughts on these four people before we talk about something a little different? I think you guys gave your opinions very well. We listened to a lot. But next up, and I'll make this a little bigger so you guys can see it better. Next up, we're going to talk about some of the things that people can do to change their appearance, and if you know anyone who does them. So let's have Alex read number 1 through number 6 for us.
Okay. Getting a body piercing, getting a navel ring, piercing your tongue, lips, and so on. Getting a tattoo, dyeing their hair a weird color, wearing an earring, wearing glasses as a fashion accessory, wearing colored contact lenses.
Thanks. So these are some more mild ways that we can change the way our appearance looks. And I want to know what your experience is with these kinds of things. Do you know family or friends that have tattoos? Maybe do you have a tattoo? Or anything else that would kind of make you or a friend stand out in a similar way to the people we saw above? Starting with Claudio again. Claudio, do you know anyone who do these kinds of things, or do you do them yourself?
I know some friends getting a tattoo, but now in our period is a common thing. So for me it's indifferent because a lot of people have a tattoo, have a body piercing, wear the color. So for me it isn't a problem.
All right, not a problem. So you're accepting, but you don't really take part in these kinds of like tattoos and piercings. You don't really do it yourself, but you accept it.
No, nothing I have. I wearing only a herring.
Okay, so you have an earring?
Yes, only one.
All right, look at you. Unique. Cool. Thanks, Claudio.
Thank you.
Chris, tell us, do you know any people who take part in this kind of appearance changing, or do you do it yourself?
Yeah, I know all of these. So I have friends which have body piercings, which have tattoos, weird hair color, earrings, so all of this. And when I was young, I also dyed my hair in weird colors. I had red hair, blue hair, green hair, yellow, white, whatever you can imagine. So,
wow.
But this was in my young days. Since I'm working, I can't do it anymore. But yeah, I did that a lot in the past. And I also want to have a tattoo. I currently don't have one. The reason why I don't have one is I can't really decide what kind of stuff I want to have on my body forever, because it must be a wise decision, because you have it forever. It must be perfect. So this is, I think this is the biggest problem. But I have a friend of mine who has a whole bodysuit, so the whole body is tattooed. If he's taking off his shirt, you just see pictures.
It must have taken a long time to finish.
And it was extremely expensive. He spent thousands of euros for getting this done.
Yeah, they're not cheap if you want them done well.
Yeah. But in the summer, if he is not wearing t-shirts or something like this, it looks like he's wearing a t-shirt or something like this.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Extreme. All right, thanks for sharing, Chris. Alex, tell us about your experience with people who have some of these body modifications, or do you have any yourself?
Yes, I wear tattoos, and when I was younger, I wore piercings, and I dyed my hair as well. I think I've done almost everything of these of these things.
And how do you think people perceive you when they see you and something that is unusual about you? Do you think they judge you?
Well, sometimes, yes, but when I was younger, I think people judged more than nowadays. Nowadays, all these things have become more normal. But when I was younger, uh, yes, I noticed a lot of judgments, but it's normal as well. If you are if your outfit or your look like it's very different from the rest, it's normal that people see you, look at you.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
All right. Thanks for sharing, Alex. And Rodrigo, tell us about your experience with people who have piercings, tattoos, dye their hair weird colors, or anything else like that. And what do you do yourself?
Okay, in my family, I have a cousin that she likes to paint his hair with radical colors. I don't know, uh, a yellow, orange, very rare colors, and she liked it. For me, no problem. But that. Um, uh, I don't know how to say. Impress me.
So why did it impress you?
Because the colors in his hair are so crazy for me.
Is it a boy or a girl?
It's a girl.
Okay, her hair. Got it.
Uh, I have some friends that have tattoos. For me, I see their hairs. I see these people normal for me. I think that tattoo is only uh, don't change the people. I think it's normal people.
All right. Would you consider getting a tattoo?
What?
Would you consider getting a tattoo yourself?
Uh, Maybe when I got a job, but
So get security first.
yeah,
Is
yeah.
that what you think?
I'm
Okay.
studying and I don't know the people, the bosses are, I don't know how to say, the look bad tattoos in my country.
Yeah. Sometimes people do judge on the physical appearance of another person, and that could affect your future career. That's very true.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. And Elena, last but not least, tell us what experience you have with this kind of people who modify their body in certain ways, and would you consider getting or doing any of these things?
Yes, well, I know all kind of people, except wearing color contact lenses. I think I don't know because perhaps they do and I haven't noticed. But about tattoos and piercing and all that, it's usual for me. And sometimes I like it, and sometimes I don't. But in the same way that sometimes I would like your shirt, and sometimes I don't. No, it's just it's okay for me. And I thought about getting a tattoo long time ago. I wanted um, a pretty tattoo of a dolphin in the bottom of my back, so wouldn't have any trouble at work because no one at work is going to see it. Uh, But or not usually, but I didn't, and well, now I think it's not the time, but it's a pity because I think it could be a beautiful thing sometimes. And long time ago as well, I get, I don't know, an extreme afro hair with we call it extensions. I don't know if you use that word with
Yeah,
artificial hair.
extensions.
Okay,
Mm-hmm. Cool.
and yes, this wasn't usual at that time, so it was quite cool, I think. I think people liked it, and I really love it. It
Awesome.
was strange at that time.
All right. Well, thanks for sharing a little bit of your alternative history. Any last comments or questions on these hobbies and habits before we move on? We're going to move on to talk a little bit about tattoos more and what we know about tattoos. So, let's talk a little bit about what we already know. Can anyone give us information on what it's like to have a tattoo or to get a tattoo?
Well, I wear tattoos.
Okay, so tell us what it was like to get it.
What is it like? Like if is it painful or expensive?
Yeah, any
Or...
information you remember about the process.
Mm-hmm. Uh, well, it's sometimes it's a bit painful, especially if you do it in a part of your body where you don't have enough flesh or muscle. For example, if you do it on your ribs, it's very painful. But if you do it on your shoulder, it's less painful because you have more muscle. Uh,
Interesting.
yes, and well, there are a lot of styles of tattoos, and people usually prefer to think a lot about the tattoo he or she is going to do because normally the tattoo has to have a meaning for themselves. So it's important to think well where, how is going to be your tattoo, the meaning, all this style, all these kind of things. The part of the body where you are going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing a little bit about your experience. Does anyone else have something they want to share about tattoos before we read a little bit about them? Okay, then let's get going. The first section, just called Tattoos, gives us a little history. Chris, would you read that section for us?
Yes. The blue one.
Yep, the blue one.
Black in the late 18th century, the upper classes were queuing up to get tats. Nowadays, tattoo trends are often led by celebrities. Tattooed VIPs include Ben Affleck, Jennifer Aniston, David Beckham, and Eminem. Even Barbie, yes, the doll, had temporary tattoos at one point. But fashion isn't the only reason people get a tattoo. For some, it's a statement about what kind of person they are or where they are coming from. Others just love the way tattoo looks or see them as a way of expressing their individuality. If you're considering one, here are some essential facts.
Thank you very much. That's kind of an introduction there. And let's talk a little bit about the vocabulary. This word over here, queuing up. Can anyone give us a definition for that expression?
To make a line to wait for the tattoo, in that case.
Yes, exactly.
To
Make a
make a
line
line.
for something. To wait for something. And it's mainly a British English expression, although you can sometimes hear it in American English as well. And what about tats?
This is a short way of tattoo.
Yeah, it's slang term for tattoo. Okay, any other questions or comments about this first introductory section? Okay, then let's move on and read some of these facts about getting a tattoo. Elena, will you read that blue section?
In the UK, you have to be over 18 to get a tattoo. Even with parental permission, most tattoo artists will refuse you if you are younger than 18. At 18, you might regret something that you did when you were 16, as our opinions change as we grow older. Think about getting that tattoo. It might seem like a good idea at the time, but you might end up hating it in 2 years' time.
Thank you very much. And Rodrigo, will you read the next few that I'm going to highlight for us here?
Okay. Uh, tattoos can cost anything upward of 10 euros. A tattoo is created by injecting ink into your skin. Some people find tattoo painful. Some describe it as uncomfortable or weird sensation. After you have your tattoo, keep the bandage on for keep the bandage on for 2 to 12 hours. Gently wash it twice a day with an antibacterial soap and pat dry. Then use moist, moisturizer. Moisturizer. keep keep it uncovered as much as possible, and about sunbathing, swimming, soaking in the bath, and exercise until it's healed.
Thanks. Any vocabulary questions so far?
Moist moisturizer. Moisturizer.
Excellent vocabulary question. So this one is actually, it's highlighted on my computer because this is the British spelling of a word that we use in both British English and American English. I would spell it with a Z, which is why it was highlighted. But can anyone explain what moisturizer is? No ideas?
Maybe a healer
No.
healer cream or something like that.
Yes, it is a kind of cream. And look at this word, moist. What does moist mean?
Humid.
Yeah, humidity. It talks about water, right? So a moisturizer would be the kind of cream that keeps your skin soft and hydrated.
Okay.
Sometimes it's also referred to as lotion. Any other vocabulary questions before we go on?
No.
Okay, you guys can continue looking for any if you have them. I'm going to highlight a few more. Oops. These ones here. And this time I'm going to ask, let's see, who hasn't read? Rodrigo, will you read this for us?
Okay. Uh, Tattoos can be removed using laser surgery. However, this process is expensive and don't guarantee complete removal. You might be left with mark or some ink left. If if you're not sure, chu- if you're not sure, you could try a temporary henna tattoo, a mehndi. The henna mixture is passed on the skin and then scrubbed off, leaving behind a deep red design. A professional henna artist can create amazing design that lasts several days.
Thank you very much. Any more vocabulary questions on this before we talk a little bit about it?
Uh,
Did you guys find... Oh, go ahead.
the henna is a ink that is temporarily.
It's a kind of ink that stains your skin a color. So it's temporary. It does not stay permanently like a normal traditional tattoo would, but it stays on your skin for a few weeks.
Okay, okay. It's a alternative for people that don't
Yeah.
want to permanent ink in his skins.
Mm-hmm.
Can I say something?
Of course.
Yes, I have used henna a lot of times for coloring my hair. It's
Interesting. I never knew you could use it that way.
oh no, it's well, really, I don't know, really, but somehow popular in Spain. Um, because it's when you color your hair with that, the color is quite natural, and it goes slowly. When you wash your head, so you can have it for some months, and slowly it goes out. So it's quite natural. And when I was younger, I do it a lot of times. I met with my friends, with my girlfriends, and we put the henna in one another's hair because it's a bit I don't know, not difficult, but you have to have the henna in the head for, I don't know, perhaps 2 hours, and so it's not difficult, but I don't know the word.
Tedious, kind of like.
Yes, tedious. So we join. We have lunch at some of our homes, and we chatted with our kids' hair in that awful way, and then we look at ourselves, and we thought we were beautiful. So it was very nice. It's a remember for my job.
Very cool.
I remember, yes.
That's interesting. I'd like to investigate that. Dyeing your hair with henna. All right. Any other comments or questions before we move on from this section? Were you guys surprised by any of these facts about tattoos?
Nope.
All right. You guys are Too informed. You weren't surprised by anything. Okay, so next section we're going to talk a little bit about kids or adults, and both. Imagine you want to have a new look and you have the permission and the money to do any two things. Tell us what you would do. So if you had the money to change your appearance in any two ways, this could be anything. You could get, like, dental surgery, you could have, a third arm attached if you want. You can do anything you want. How would you change your physical appearance? Rodrigo, start for us. 2 ways you would change your physical appearance if you had the money and permission.
Okay. If we had the money, I would. I don't know what to say. Tattoo is for me that I want that I want in my body, but really I don't know what to say. Uh, I put the tattoos in my body if I had the money, but what I say is that I don't know what to say.
Okay, so you would do it if you had the money. So that would be one of the changes you would make?
Your neck?
You would make the change of having a tattoo, is that right? If you had the money necessary, you would get a tattoo.
Yeah,
Awesome. Anything else you would do?
When I was young, I I had a eyebrow piercing, but this is the only when I was young, and really right now I don't like.
Okay, so no more piercings. Got it.
I know.
Okay, Elena, if you had the money, what 2 changes would you make to your physical appearance?
I don't know. I don't know. I would like to have a great body, but if I don't take surgery, it isn't because of the money. I don't know how much it cost. I suppose quite a lot, but I never have thought about it. So no. So I don't know. Nothing special.
Yeah, it takes a lot of thought to decide, huh?
Sorry?
It takes a lot of time and thought to decide these kinds of big things, like whether you would have plastic surgery or not.
Yes, and well, I don't know. I never thought about having surgery, but it's not exactly this. But some years ago, I was short sighted, and I have surgery to correct it. So I could get rid of my glasses that I hated. So
Awesome.
yes, I did it because it is a matter of health. Of course, it's very important. Seeing all right, seeing okay, but at the same time, for me, it was a matter of image because, as I said, I hated glasses. So, well, it was an improvement in my appearance, I think.
Okay. Thanks for sharing, Elena. So we've got 3 more people. Try to keep your answers short so that we can get to everyone. Next up, Claudio, if you had all the money you needed for it, what 2 changes might you make to your appearance?
I think I getting a tattoo, but I don't know when I will hold if that tattoo can be borrowed for me. So if so, I don't know really, but I think I get a tattoo, but maybe that will become borrowed for me.
All right. Very cool. And Chris, what change would you make if you had the money necessary to make any change to your physical appearance?
I think I'd like to bleach my teeth. I'm drinking way too much. I'm drinking way too much coffee, so I think this is what I'd like to do if I have the money for doing it.
Yeah, not a bad idea. Lots of people are insecure about teeth color or something like that. Okay, very cool. Thanks, Chris. Alex, if you had the money, what change would you make to your physical appearance?
I think I will use this money for other things. I'm happy with my body now, so I won't do any change.
All right. Confident guy. No changes necessary.
Well,
Okay.
yes.
Very cool, guys. So, any last comments or questions before we finish up this class? No? I want to thank you guys for coming and participating and sharing all your thoughts with me. The next class I have coming up starts right now, and it's about human intelligence and whether we're getting smarter or dumber as people in general. So if you guys are interested, then I will see you next class, and if not, then I'll see you another time. Thanks for coming, guys.
Thanks.
Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.